Here they come. I'm already recording. Oh my gosh. Pause that.
Resume recording. Okay, perfect.
Yes. Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm sorry about that hiccup. Technology is wonderful. So today's date is Monday, the 24th of February. Can you believe it? And we are on our second Mindset Shift Challenge.
Fiona, you've muted yourself.
I'm back. Are we good? All right. Did you hear any of what I said? No. Let's start again. Okay, so good evening, everybody. It is Monday, the 24th of February. This is our second Mindset Shift training call. I'm super excited. We have two incredible guest speakers tonight. Area Manager Helen Thacker and Executive District Manager Monica Todd, who will be sharing their journey, exciting journey in Arbonne so far. But first of all, I'm frozen. No, I'm not. I'm back. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do is give you a 20 to 25 minutes overview of what's going on in here before I pass on to our incredible our incredible trainers tonight. So, okay, so, all right. Who is the source of your vibration? So who thinks your thoughts? So I'm really going to dig in here, okay? So who's thinking your thoughts? You do, right? So you have your own antennae. So everybody has an antennae. We're receiving and we're vibrating. We're receiving and we're giving out vibrations, okay? All the time. So, and you don't need anything else, guys, okay? Right, am I freezing? Yeah, I am. I'm so sorry. I'm on my phone, so I don't really know why that. No, I'm not for you, Danny. Okay, that's fine.
It's fine, Fiona. It's fine. You're fine.
Okay, great. Okay, I've got Caroline and she's walking around and sometimes she's freezing and I'm thinking it could be me. So, okay, so you don't need anything else, guys. You've got it all internally. So how many of you, I just wanted you to put in the chat for me, listen to Go for the Gold? How many of you listen to Go for the Gold? Yeah? Okay, great. Everybody should be listening to Go for the Gold. Perfect. Yes, all in. Good. How many people read personal development books on this call? Yeah. Let's go crazy in that chat, everybody. Energy high. Okay. And how many people have got a mentor? Anybody got a coach or a mentor? Some have, some haven't. Okay. Not yet. But we're all on this call, which is wonderful because it shows to me that you have a work ethic. You are here to learn, and coming on these trainings is vital to building that mindset to get to where you want to go, that mindset shift. So are you looking outside for things to change, or are you looking inside? So how many people here have read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne? I'm thinking probably everybody. Not yet. Okay. If you haven't, it's a must do. It is something that Debbie Neal, all the big field leaders, you know, listen to it again and again and again. I know Debbie Neal, especially Going Nation, it was her thing. So The Secret. So I will admit, personal development, guys, so I had not heard of this word when I first started my Arbonne business for 5 years. It was very different back then, okay? I'd never heard of it. So I came into this business not knowing, and when I got my first personal development book, and when I actually read it, it took me 6.5 weeks to promote to regional vice president. So I'd been in the business just under 5 years, okay? And I'd never read a personal development book because I didn't know I had to, and I didn't know what to read. So really think about that. So you guys have got the ability to start that journey now to increase your own awareness, self-awareness of who you are. Okay, so there are lots and lots of books out there. Now, I know personally, when I started reading these books, they were heavy. They were not fun. They made my head ache. I'm not being funny. They were laborious. They were treacherous. I felt like I was walking in treacle. It really was not fun for me. It wasn't easy. And I didn't understand it. Okay, the very first AAC I went to, Carol Isles. Carol was the trainer, Carol and Chris Isles, NVPs. Okay, she was training, so she wasn't even an R1. She actually got sponsored by Ian Pritchard at our first AAC event, as she was an outside trainer. And she was talking about everybody close your eyes and visualize. And she was saying all this stuff. And I was there with my eyes shut, like, what is this rubbish? Like, literally, they laugh at me now because I went up to Carol afterwards and went, I'm not being funny, but I think that was a load of like rubbish. Basically, that was like, I didn't get any of it. I didn't understand it. It didn't resonate with me. So if you are feeling like this, that's okay, okay? Because now, if you know me very well, all I do is talk about the vision. I talk about feelings. I talk about vibration. I'm massively into this because it shifted and helped me so much. So start now, start today. Get, you know, if the book is really too hard, don't force yourself. Put it down and get another book. You're not quite ready for it yet. Go back to that book later on. But there's different types of ways that you can learn. And there's different, you know, there's YouTube clips, there's Films The Secret, there's the book, the CD for the car. But make sure you start investing in yourself through personal development. Okay, so how many people here believe in the law of attraction? Put your hands up if you do, or in the chat. Okay, so quite a few people. All right. So you believe in the law of attraction. Do you believe then it is a real thing? If you believe in the law of attraction, do you believe it's real? Okay, so most people are saying yes. I hope so, because it is a very, very real thing. And even though you can't see it and may not understand it, somebody just put that gravity. I just saw that come up in the chat. It is just like gravity, guys. You don't need to see it, or electricity. You don't need to understand it, but you certainly know it's there. And that is exactly the law of attraction, okay? So life is about attraction, 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 attraction. Isn't that interesting? So I'm going to deal a bit with relationships tonight. So not really the relationship with yourself, but let's talk about external relationships first of all. The relationships with the outside world, the relationships with the negative, the naysayers, the dream stealers, the dementors, if you know Harry Potter, the life suckers, the vacuum. I'm going to talk about how do you deal with these people. Okay, so really listen to me. This is going to be quite a big, wide eye opener. And if you can get this, it's going to help you so much if you're in the situation, or if somebody in your team is in the situation, to understand how to deal with this. So, because life is attraction, no matter how someone else has behaved in your experience, while it felt like they were doing things to you, okay, maybe like nagging at you, shouting you, and expecting things from you, wanting you to do what they want you to do, consider this. If someone behaves in a dominating way and you come to expect that's who they are, and you come to expect the way they're going to behave, isn't that attraction, attraction, attraction? Aren't you attracting that because your expectation is that's how they're going to behave towards you? So really think about it, because we are in a world of attraction. I know it sounds quite hard to say that, and I know you may be thinking, okay, I'm not quite sure what Fiona's talking about, but you are basically giving them permission to talk to you, to treat you the way they are, because you're allowing it, because you're attracting it by the way you see them. If they're not nice, if they put you down, okay, that's really difficult sometimes to think, hold on, it's them, but they are the ones having a go at me. They're the ones telling me R1 doesn't work. They're the ones putting me down, but you're allowing that into you. So that's your attraction. And this happens in all areas of life. So, okay, there is no assertion. And so people can't like assert their obnoxious behavior into your behavior, but you can expect it. If you're expecting from somebody else, then guess what? You're attracting that. So how do we deal with that? I mean, that's a big thing to think about, okay? So on a scale of 1 to 10, first of all, what is the belief in yourself? Okay, so put in the chat below, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you believe in yourself? Be honest. 8, 6, 8, 8, 7, screw it, they're high. 5, thank you for being honest for the 5 there, Lucy. 5, oh my God, they're coming for hard and fast, I love it. 5, Sammy. Okay, Pippa 5, okay. So, if you're a 5 or below, then I know that you probably aren't doing the personal development enough, okay? You need to start reading more, you know, develop or get a coach. Honestly, think about that, you know, or ask for mentorship from your sponsor, mentorship to help you, okay? Because really building that self-confidence will help you exactly to believe in yourself. Because when you believe in yourself, you won't be taking other people's negativity on, because you're not of a low self-esteem. If you are, you're going to be taking that on. You'll be attracting that because you're not feeling great yourself. So you're going to, in a world of attraction, that's going to come your way. So we build our own self-esteem, our self-worth, our self-belief, who we are inside internally. And that will start to rise. And you know what? It expands out. So the law of attraction will attract somebody who matches your level. Does that make sense? So the people who get to district won't get to area. People get to area won't get to region. You've heard that before because you've changed your level of vibration, your antennae. You shed a layer of skin every month, 30 days, skin cells. You shed a layer of vibration when you rise to the next level of leadership and you meet people who are at your level. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you see how others perceive you? Let's put numbers in the chat there. So how do you see that others perceive you on a scale of 1 to 10? 8, 8. Nikki's 3, bless. Oh, 10. Somebody's very good. Okay, 7, 4s. Very good. Thank you, guys. Love it. I love this. There's a lot more variety in this one. There's some lows and some highs. There's a lot more highs in people believing in themselves, but there's a lot more, I'm seeing a lot more variant within the gradient of belief in, you know, how some people perceive you, low and highs. Okay. Again, what do you think we need to do to help that, to get over that, to better ourselves, the way other people are seeing us? Any ideas? Put it in the chat. Read. Yeah, Carol, goes back to that, doesn't it? Personal development, attraction, integrity, follow up, stop caring. It is not your business to care about what somebody else thinks about you. Correct. Right. So we're having similar answers to the first. I love this. Thank you, everybody, for putting that in the chat. Okay, so we've got our internal world. Yes, do more activity. External world, become the evidence. And the industry is the third one. And I think we're all going to be pretty similar on this. So again, scale of 1 to 10, where are we on our knowledge? Do you know the Discover R1? And I know if you're new in this business, guys, you may not have learned it yet, but it's imperative you do. Okay, thank you for being honest. So 2, yes, 9. Look, I bet you're going to get the people who the area managers and above will go about an 8, 9, 10. And the newbies, the consultants, the DMs are going to be, yeah. And why is that? Because you probably haven't told the story enough. You're just learning the story. All right. So learn the story, get good at the verbiage, be corporation. Okay. I've got to be honest, right? You know, I'm still learning. So I've said plan B for so long for people. What's your plan B? and I started to say, oh, we're a Plan B corporation. And I didn't even realize. And my partner said, Fiona, it's not Plan B corporation, it's just a B Corp. I'm like, oh, yeah, sorry, I've got to learn that, haven't I? Because I didn't even know that, okay? So everybody, guys, okay, we're all learning, we're all work in progress. Okay, so, all right, so let's go back to dealing with the outside, the relationships around us. So what you can now say in your mind's eye to put obnoxious people, you know, to do this thing, to really, it's almost like you put a mirror, so you reflect, okay? So they're reflecting themselves. It's not you taking on that anymore. I'm done with you. I'm sort of done with you. I'm not going to attract that part of you anymore. I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let go of that. Really think that way. So those are the things that you want to let go of. You want to let go of any thoughts of assertion. It doesn't exist. It's only in your mind, okay? Let go of any thoughts of oppression. Again, it doesn't exist. And hold on to your knowledge. It's attraction, 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 okay? In a situation, if I'm in a situation, guys, and it's not comfortable for me, and I'm feeling myself like squeezed, like getting in a box, I do this thing where I lift myself out of my mind and I come out like a third party where I'm looking at me in the situation and I'm looking at the thoughts I'm thinking and I'm almost analyzing myself and saying, okay, so how am I going to deal with this? Or why am I thinking that? Or, you know, what's the best way for me to deal with the situation? And I may not have told you this yet, but a lot of my leaders, you know, when you get a shitty text, okay, or somebody's rude, or somebody says something to you, guess what? Say nothing for the first 24 hours. I will not respond, because if I was to respond, it wouldn't be a response. I would be reacting. It'd be a reaction. And what happens, the feelings will take over and I'll say something which is not professional. And I'll look back in 24 hours and I would have changed my vibration. I would have changed myself, my state, and I would be coming from a place of responding rather than reacting. So say nothing for the first 24 hours. Let them go. Let them, you know, let it all calm down and you come from a higher place. Don't defend. Don't complain. Don't blame. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. Okay? You are a warrior, a hero, whatever you want to be. You're the best version of you. Stay true to yourself and empower yourself by staying above it. Okay, so I would like you to really deliberately focus on things that light up your light board, and then think of yourself going out into the world and just lighting up around you, those who match who you are, and don't try to make it perfect. Okay, let's not do that. Okay, we're just going to match who we are. We feel good. We're attracting that. Just be aware of what's lighting up. You know, there are two ways of knowing if you've got this good thing going vibrationally. Okay, so there's two ways. So one is how you feel, okay, and that's a pre-manifestation to the outcome. So how you feel is your pre-manifestation, and number two is what happens is your manifestation. So one is your feeling, is your pre-manifestation, and two is what happens is your manifestation. So if you have a good intention, a good thought, you know that it's going to work out for you. It's all going to, you know, everything's working out for me. Guess what? That is your feeling mode, and that's your pre-manifestation, and then it will work out for you, which is your manifestation. So both of these awarenesses are very helpful. So when you get something you don't want, don't blame it on that other person. Don't blame it on yourself. Accept it as attraction, 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 because that's all we have. Okay, so I just need to see the time. It's annoying because I'm not on my actual laptop, so let me just make sure I'm not going over time wise. Oh my god, where does the time go? So okay, so I'm conscious of time. Yeah, I'm not going to go do this. Oh my god, I'm like half my notes I've not even done. Okay, so creating an inspiring vision is so important. So I'm going to go through 4 things that's really going to help us move forward in our mindset. Okay, so number 1, do you have a strong desire? this is imperative, guys. Do you have a strong desire? So in order to fully commit to something, you need a clear and a personally compelling reason. Okay, it has to be something that it's got to be like this laser vision going on here. Without a strong desire, you will struggle when the going gets tough. All right, obstacles will seem to be insurmountable, and the challenges to be met will overtake you. Okay, so it has to be meaningful enough to get you through the hard times and keep you on track. That's your strong desire. You've got to want it like you've got to want to breathe. Seriously, it's got to be, especially when you're about to promote, especially when you're going for something you've never done before. That's half the fun, right? You've never done it. You don't know how to do it, but you're going to do it. That's living. That's your hands are in the clay. That is molding. That is creating. The definition of being an entrepreneur is creating something from nothing. What are we doing? We are living life. We're changing our state, our vibration. We're increasing, our output of light and energy. We're showing people that they too have self-worth, self-dignity, self-pride, self-respect. They too can have this. This is why we are here. Love and light. I feel like I'm turning into Nikki Marchand. So, number 2. What is number 2? Keystone actions. So, once you have an intense desire, you need to identify the core actions that will produce the results you're after. So you can want it as much as you want, but you have to go get it. All right? In today's world, many of us have become spectators rather than participants. So we must remember that it's what we do that counts. Number 3, count the costs. Okay, commitment. Commitment. What is commitment? Okay, it's doing something in the feeling long after you said you would do it. So it's a sacrifice, and there are benefits and costs. Too often we claim to commit to something without considering the true costs. The hardships we will have to overcome to accomplish our desires. Costs can include time, they can include money, they can include risks, they can include uncertainty, loss of comfort. And my thing today, my video was all about, if you want to achieve what you want to achieve, you're going to have to, commitment is about choosing getting out of your comfort zone. All right. So when you face any of these costs, it is extremely helpful to recognize that you anticipated them. All right. And you decided that reaching your goal was worth it. So you knew this was going to happen. Nobody sugarcoated this journey. We all so respect the people who've gone before us to show us what's possible, that we too can do it. But we also know that, like anything in life, there's ups and downs, the adventure, we're going to be in the lows and the highs and all of that. Okay, so number 4, last one, is act on commitments, not feelings. There will be times when you won't feel like doing the critical activities. Guys, we've all been there, right? I didn't have my girls the weekend they were at the dad's. I didn't have to get up early because I didn't have school run, but I did. And it was raining, and it wasn't patchy rain, by the way, Paulina. It was heavy rain. I did not want to go out. But you know what? I put on my trainers, I put my running gear on, I put the dog on the lead, and we got drenched. But I did it anyway, okay? So it is during these times that you will learn to act on your commitments instead of your feelings. If you don't, you will never build any momentum. And you'll get stuck in this continual restarting. That's hard work, guys. If you start your business, you're going to have to reboot. That is exhausting. Okay, don't do that. Or, unfortunately, as in so often the case, you'll give up. So learning to do the things you need to do, regardless of how you feel, is a core discipline for success. So our commitments will ultimately shape our lives. There is something incredibly empowering about knowing if you say you're going to do something, that you can count on yourself. I love that. It's awesome. It's brilliant. So with no further ado, now I'm on my phone and I've got the 2 ladies' bios on my phone. So I'm just going to have to come, I don't know, you might see my video, but I'm going to come off my phone and read their bios. So the first up is an incredible leader in our profession, in our team, in our business, and it's area manager Helen Thacker. So she is first up to just share with you those golden nuggets, her journey. Both these ladies, their commitment has been as why I've got them on the call tonight, because they are rocking out on that dance floor. So hold on, Helen. Oh God, here we go. 2 ticks. Just bear with me while I pull up. Can you just still hear me? Can you hear me, Helen?
Yes, I can, Fiona. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. That's fine. Okay, I'm just going to read your bio first. So this time last year, I'd only just started thinking about doing this Arbonne thing as a way to make some extra money in a year when my wedding cake business was looking a bit slow in 2019. I already loved the products, but as soon as I heard about the network marketing business model, it made total sense and I jumped in 100%. Helen says, I had my own successful financial recruitment business before. I had the boys and she has 2. So as a business person, this was a no-brainer. I hit district manager after 5 weeks and area manager at almost exactly 8 months. 2020 is my year for regional vice president, no matter what. So proudly, I'm going to hand it over to you, Helen. Thank you so much, my lovely.
Thank you, Fiona, and thank you, everyone. So yeah, I'll just, can everyone hear me okay? Fine. So yeah, I'll just share basically my story. So like Fiona said, literally on Wednesday will be my 1-year anniversary. I do keep tab of the dates. When I first went over to Meg's house, Meg Bryson, and she told me about Arbonne. I'd been playing around with shall I do it, shall I not for quite a while, just waiting for the right time. And yeah, it's a year ago on Wednesday that I just went to her house and she explained network marketing. I hadn't got a clue what network marketing was, never really heard about it. I just, quite incorrectly, as a lot of people think, it's this lipstick business on Facebook. And I came away and I just saw this as a way to solve my problem. I was stuck making wedding cakes and there being an absolute limit to what I could achieve. And what I earned was pitiful. And I was so booked out, was quite successful. And I just needed a way to do something that really, it was about the money to start with. I think it always is. But I did not know how much this was going to lift me as a person. I mean, it's just been incredible. And every single week, every month that goes by, I learn something new about the company, about network marketing, about myself. And it's like stepping into an amazing world of just personal development and incredible motivating people that lift you up. So I can't believe where that year's gone. It is just flown by and I'm just so glad every single day. And I think that's what pushes me as well. I'm so grateful that I made this choice. I can't imagine going back to that life ever, knowing the future, the life that I've got now and knowing what I'm creating for the future is just insane. So yeah, so I went, basically as soon as I'd heard about it, I was like, right, I'm going straight in. I'm going to jump straight in. The business model sounds absolutely like, it just made so much sense to me. And for the first sort of 5 weeks, I had launch after launch after launch, and I just went for it. It took me a month, I will be honest, nearly a month to actually pluck up the courage to send those first texts out and invite people to my launches. It was a big kind of fear, again, we all have, what are people thinking about me? But once I started it, I just went for it. So after 5 weeks, I had got to district manager. And then that really kind of gave me the push. So I would say to anybody who's new to the team, who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet, you just need to jump in and get to district manager as quickly as you possibly can, because you're top 10% then, and it's absolutely incredible. What you've achieved is incredible. And from there, you can go anywhere. So when you get to district manager, it just gives you that push that this is working, it's amazing. And I would just say to do that as quickly as possible. And from there, it just meant for me a summer of activity. So a summer of activity where I just was out there talking to people. I went to every job fair that was local. I spoke to every single person that I knew on Facebook, every contact I've had. I'm still working through a lot of it, but just doing the tracker and doing the activity. And we know, we hear this all the time, but you have to do the activity and you have to do that. Nothing's going to happen if you don't. It's all well and good saying, okay, it's good to, you know, we need to do X, Y, and Z. If you come and sit in your office every day or wherever it is, or you sit down to start your work and you start, oh, check my emails, I'll start making some pictures for my vision board or whatever, just get on with the work, okay? Just sit down, get on with the work and do the hard stuff first, okay? That would be my biggest piece of advice. So for me in the summer, I just worked and worked and worked. And I think also a thing to say is that there's a huge difference between something that is activity and something that is productivity. So you can be, like I said, you can be doing lots and lots and lots of activity, but is it the right thing? Is it the stuff that really will grow your business? Is it the stuff that will get you to that next level? And it has to be productive work. So it has to be reaching out, doing the asks, speaking to people. You know, you have to actually do the stuff that is important. And all of this takes a while, okay? So when you first start, you step into this Arbonne bubble and it can be quite overwhelming. There's a lot of information, but you really do need to work out the best way that you think there is to work, and also to actually just work out what is productive for you and how best that is for you, and just get on with it. So it's really, really key not to sort of just mess around, but also just to get on with the stuff that's important. Sorry, I'm just interrupted. My little boy's just walked in. Aiden, no, I'm in the middle of something. I need to do this training. Go. Sorry, guys. Aiden, bye. Come on, Aiden.
How long is
Half an hour. Bye. Go. Sorry, guys. Real life happening here. Bed now. Okay, back to it. So, totally distracted. So I was a team of one for 4.5 months until the amazing Katie started with me. So I really was kind of keeping that activity going, and then got into Qual, in area manager Qual, in October. And the state of my team at that point was I had 3 other people in my team who were also going for district manager. So that's how it worked out. So it's not that difficult if you break down the numbers. You know, we just need 3 district managers and your own building block, and they're your area. It sounds simple, but that's what you need. So at that point in time, in October, that's what I had, and that's how I got to area. So in October, I had 3 people who promoted to or who were going for district manager, and the same in November. And I just had an incredible team of people who very like-minded, very driven, and just amazing people who wanted this as much as I did. And so we're all working really, really hard. I was away in Florida at the time. I was sitting around the pool, still making sure that I was keeping tabs on everything that was going on, and still making sure I was just doing the activity. And with Laura's incredible help back at home as well, we just managed to do that. So October and November is when I went for it, and I promoted on Thanksgiving in November. So my tips really for kind of just in general, that's my story of how I got to area, but my tips are get out and be brave, okay? It's really, really hard. You have to get out and talk to people. I love, like Fiona does, the face-to-face talking. I like to go up to people. I'm not afraid to go up to people. Don't know whether it's because of my age. I just don't care what people think about what I'm going to say. And especially strangers. It's all right. It's different. It's funny, isn't it? Because like with family and friends, we seem to care a lot more about what they think. But strangers, it's not quite so difficult. So I'm always out and about, whether it's in Leicester or just going, like specifically going to job fairs and things like that. I'm always talking, and it does take guts, and I appreciate that. It's not easy for everybody. It's quite difficult to just go up to people and start finding a natural way. But you have to do that, and you have to practice, okay? You have to be brave, and you will mess up. You will make a complete fool of yourself, like I did to start with, and you just have to practice. Sometimes if I'm having like a tired day or a bad day, I'll actually go and do like a warm-up person. I'll like go up and speak to someone that I just know, I'm not really that bothered about, just to kind of get the conversation over with, just that warm up thing. Do you know what I mean? And then I'll move on once I've kind of got that first awkwardness out of the way. I'll move on and go and speak to people that I really, really do want to speak to. So that's my first tip. You have to think what you're going to get. Okay, you might make a fool of yourself and it is scary, but think what you are going to get because of that, what you are going to gain from building this incredible business. And if you can just think about, like Fiona was saying earlier, your desires, and think what's coming because of all the effort that you're putting in and the way that you are being so brave. You have to think of the end goal all the time. So the other thing to say is that you do have to accept in this business that you are going to speak to a lot of people, however that is, whether that's on Facebook, social media, in person, and you're going to get, in reality, a very small percentage of people who say yes, whether that's the product or the business. And you're going to face that. You're going to have to face that you are going to get a small number of yeses for all the no's that you will get. And I think you just have to come to terms with that and accept that this is the job. You have to know that that is what is going to happen. You just have to ignore it. Just carry on, because the yeses will come. They absolutely will come. And they're not going to come if you don't ask, okay? So the third thing I was going to say, that I think now is the most incredible time in our business. This whole being given B Corporation status is absolutely, it's just been a game changer for me, and I think it is for all of us. And we have to use this because we are no longer just another network marketing company. In case you hadn't guessed, I absolutely love this company so much. I mean, I feel like it was made for me. I was made for it. It's just incredible. But we've got this huge B Corporation thing that we can use when we're talking to people, which just gives so much weight to who we are. I mean, it's about community, it's about the environment, it's about the employees. It's absolutely, I mean, it's just, we are so ahead of the game, basically. And I'm so proud. And it gives me, and I hope it gives you as well, that confidence when you're speaking to people. You know, I'm from Arbonne, come on. You know, we're a B Corp. And obviously you can explain what that is, but it's amazing. It's amazing we've got that. And the other thing I was going to say is, I think it was something I picked up on Jerry's call. Jerry, we all love Jerry, obviously. But I'm just learning every single week that goes by, every single month that goes by. We don't stop learning, do we? And he said something on the last training call last week, and it was about comparing yourself. And that is one of the things I'm guilty of doing. So comparing myself to the people that have gone before, like all the incredible VPs in our team, and the people that we look at on Instagram and admire, Debbie Neal, the Paytons, the Averys, etc. And you just have to really, this is something I'm working on as well, is try not to do that. Try not to compare, because your journey is your journey and everybody has been where you are, and you've just got to enjoy that journey and not compare yourself, and don't beat yourself up, because they're just ahead. Those people are ahead of you in terms of time, and you will get there. And the other thing I'd never thought about before, which Jerry said, is comparing upwards, as it were, to the people who are ahead of you. That's as bad as comparing the people who are still kind of not at the same level as you yet. And I think I never really thought about that before. I thought, hang on a minute, if I'm comparing the people that are ahead of me, am I therefore thinking less of the people that are not where I am yet? And I'm like, no, absolutely not. So it's kind of, right, that's it. I'm just not going to compare anymore. I'm just going to be myself and get on with my own journey, and just hope that everybody else can kind of do that as well, because it's very easy to do. The Paytons and the Averys and all these incredible people that we see, it's unusual to get to where they are so quickly. It's not normal. We have an amazing team here. We have some amazing people here that we can look up to, and that's more normal, as it were, in terms of a journey. So let me just check the time. So that's basically what I would say is my top tips, as it were. Be brave, don't compare, use the B Corp thing, and just get out and talk to people, and be patient. It will happen, and I'm trying to tell myself that as well. But it will happen. But you have to do the activity, and you have to do things that are productive, not just faffing around. Okay, you need to do the stuff that will grow your business and get you everything that you desire, as Fiona mentioned. So thank you very much. Hope that's been everything. I'll pass you back to Fiona.
Oh, love it. Thank you so much, Helen. Go and check out the chat.
Okay,
everybody is loving your
sorry. Thank you, everyone.
all loving your training. You've got that time. Go and look at the chat and scroll through and see all the everybody's huge appreciation for your training. Thank you so much. And I will say, you're right, the lottery ticket. You know what, most of us, we don't win the lottery. So the Paytons, you know, the Debbie Neals, they are a bit like a lottery ticket. And most of us, that isn't our experience as well. And just remember, the person standing up at the front of the room is always the biggest loser, because I guarantee they've had the most amount of no's, always, to get them to where they are. So that was incredible. Thank you so much, Helen. Much appreciated that. Okay. So on to our next amazing trainer tonight, Executive District Manager, Monica Todd. Monica, again, I've got your bio on my phone, so I'm just going to swipe out. What did you see when I did that? Was it my video or nothing? Helen, what did you see when I swiped out?
I don't know. I wasn't looking
at the profile picture. Just the profile picture.
Oh, good. It was something. Okay, it wasn't anything too dodgy. Good, I'm glad. Right. Monica, I'm going to read your bio. So here we go. Hold on 2 ticks. I'm off. All right. So this is Monica's bio. So 12 months ago, I didn't really know what Arbonne exactly is. I heard about some skincare products, but it just never appealed to me that I wanted to know more. I had 2 businesses at the time, a vintage furniture hire, which she sold a couple of months ago, and a coaching business, which has started to take off. Monica had also attended quite a few networking meetings, and that is where she met myself. So we had a catch up over a ginger beer, and to her surprise, Fiona didn't push me to sign up to anything, but I did try sample products and loved it. Consumer, of course, and got the products I wanted. Then I came to the training event in Stamford and I was sold within 10 minutes. This is the Nation Training, guys. It's the community and culture that was a deciding factor for me to actively be a part of Arbonne. I got to district manager level in a couple of months. I've DM bonus every single month since. Area manager by end of April 2020, and I will be regional vice president by the end of 2020. So let me come back in. With no further ado, I'm going to hand over to the incredible executive district manager, Monica Todd.
Thank you. Well, that's a bit of a pressure following Fiona's training and Helen's training. But yeah, that was just a quick snapshot of how I got there. But yes, my main reason to join genuinely was the community. And I don't think we use this, I would say, tool often enough, the community that we have, because I've been part of different teams in my life, whether it's corporate, business, and it's just something else. It's just something else when you walk in and there's that music playing and, you know, everyone's laughing and smiling and supporting each other. I'm like, what is going on? This is not kind of typical thing that you get everywhere. So it's something we should be absolutely proud of. And before I forget to mention that, using it as if someone's possibly interested, invite them. Come and have a look, see how the team is. If they're on a kind of fence, I'm not sure, getting them to a live event, whether it's a Discover Arbonne or even a training, just so they can feel the vibe. It has sold me, and I think it probably has sealed, let's say, the belief of 2 of the girls who are in my team, who, one more actively, one less actively, but are actually believing in Arbonne as well. So why and how I got to the level where I'm at the moment, I think the important is the foundation. And you will hear it all the time that the mindset work is important, and it is. You know, having the vision and actually having the reason why you do that business is so important. You know, for me, it's a freedom. It's a freedom around my lifestyle, my kids, where I am, so I can work from wherever I am in the world. I am not from the UK. I want to be able to go back to Poland more often to see my family. My parents are not getting any younger. I want them to have a relationship with my kids as well. And Arbon is in Poland. Hey, another reason. My husband's from New Zealand. Again, you know, maybe the third country on my list will be, I have actually customers in New Zealand already, but the why is so big for me because it's the freedom of showing my kids, also my girls, what's possible if they are determined enough. I want to say stubborn. They're already stubborn, so they're showing some signs, good signs already. But I think having that why strong enough, that kind of, when you think about it, if someone's going to ask you, why are you doing that business? And you don't feel the emotion and that tickling kind of butterflies in your belly, you need to dig deeper, because it is probably not strong enough for you to carry on or to do extra, or to have that courage to ask the question and to do the activities. When I think of my girls, just if I ask 10 people to have a look at Arbon and I get 9 no's, it doesn't bother me because I get 1 yes, but I know what I'm doing it. And I think that's where probably it has strong foundation for me in terms of the why. And I think at the beginning, when you're if you just join at the level you are independent consultant, get to district as quick as possible. Same like Helen said, I completely agree with that. Get to district as quick as possible. Get the momentum. It's the momentum that you're going to get. Get those presentations, book them in your diary. I had 3 presentations. I had on top of that makeup party, and I had a nutrition event. And you know, on some, I had a few people kind of repeating on a birthday party. I had 1 person who came to every single presentation I did, and that's Paulina, who's now flying also. She's become district manager now. But gathering that momentum is so key. And then once I got to district, I committed that I'm going to DM bonus every month. Maintenance is £2,500. It's about the stretch. For me, it is about the stretch. And the stretch was doing the DM bonus, which I have achieved every single month. And I think the important thing is nurturing those fans that you've got around. So if you do have genuine supporters that kind of cheer you on, nurture them. Don't convince them on anything. Don't push them. Don't over talk Arbon story with them. So talk about different stuff, not only Arbon with them. And personally, I have to say, and I can say it now because he's not around. So my other half has been absolutely a rock for me, I have to say. I have to admit at the beginning, he was like, I'm not really sure what this thing is about, but he trusted me. Now, I didn't try to convince him. I didn't try to talk to him or, you know, why this is, I believe in it. He needed to see the results as well. He needed to see, and he has. And I think even last Saturday, we did another nutrition event and Fiona came around, and his conversations and he did a 30-day plan with me this time. That was a big, big thing. So nurturing those people around you who you know will be important for you as a foundation for you has been a key for me, because actually him doing the 30 days, he's a builder. He is a walking advert for me and for the mates that he has. So his mates were at the nutrition event as well. And there is a few more on the list that's coming next month. So this is a big thing as well that I have done. My networking, I'm kind of combination of both. I do face-to-face networking. I do like to socialize and meet people, but I do also know that sometimes I want to leverage the power of social media. So I have been using both things. Now with social media, it takes time because I'm about building relationships, and I'm glad I did go to Success Summit with Fiona and the team as well. And now I've did his 15-day challenge as well, because it taught me so much. And while doing the face-to-face presentations and building that, in the background, I have been building relationships in different groups through social media. It's a bit of a slower burner, but it helps me as well to kind of leverage that side as well. Another big thing is, I would say, plug into all the information, because at the beginning, I think, and also I was the same, I could read all the information, all the packs that you get, but it would take me ages and I wouldn't understand what's, you know, the success plan and what this is all about. So I just said, Fiona, what do I do to get to district? And I listened, and being on the calls every Monday, listening to a lot of videos on Hello Future. It's loaded with so much inspiration. And it doesn't matter if you listen twice, if you listen to the same story but said by someone else, you will get different things from anyone else. So it's worth kind of getting that confidence build up, because that's the only way you're going to learn, is listening to anyone who's been in business for year 2, 3, 4, 12 years in the business. So that's been a big thing for me. But I have now been, and I have to admit, I put my, you know, to get to district, I wasn't the most organized person. It was literally fill my diary, get the presentations in, you know, get as much as possible conversations. It was kind of like binging on Arbonne a little bit, I have to say, especially last few days of each month. But that's okay. I get to more organized now, and I think it's important when you schedule your week and you look at your diary, you see there is stuff for Arbonne as well. So I'm very much a visual person. I like to color code anything that's happening with kids, any meetings and everything like that. It lands in my diary. If I feel like I have too many gaps, then I'll add some more Zoom calls with someone, or catch-ups or coffee catch-ups, whatever I can. Now, 3 things from me, because I know we're running out of time soon, but 3 things I want to say, and 3 B's, which I want you to take away. So something that has been said is books. Books are key. And you all know about the GoPro. You have heard about the GoPro Bible. This is the Bible that has to be read. I found this amazing, Get Over Your Damn Self. Again, this is about the network marketing. And the Flip Flop CEO has been amazing as well. But it's not only the network marketing, but also I think a lot of the time we get the money mindset not in the right place. That's why we fear of doing certain things. The one book that completely shifted my money mindset is Get Rich Lucky Bitch. And I highly recommend it to anyone who is not really feeling like, I'm scared to say I want to earn $5,000 a month. Please read this book. It's amazing. It has changed my perception of money and what I'm worth and what I can achieve, about the possibilities. Another B is belief. Not only belief in Arbonne, it is important, but believe in network marketing industry. Learn about it. Go for gold. Fiona, you mentioned Go for Gold. This is something that become my habit now. So Sunday when I cook dinner, I get my earphones in and I'm listening to Go for Gold from Saturday. Every single week for the last, 4 or 5 months, I have done that. This is a building that belief, because if you have a crack in your belief about either network marketing or Arbonne, you will wobble. And I think that's what helped me to actually grow that strong muscle and understanding what really network marketing is about. And learn a few answers about if someone's going to ask you, oh, it's another pyramid scheme. Learn a very short answer, what to answer. If someone say to you, oh, it's a lipstick company or everything, just those little things, because, putting plaster is not enough, but having that strong foundation and belief, that's what matters. And the third B, be proud. If you are given a t-shirt with a massive logo of Arbonne, will you put it on and walk through a city of London? I am proud that I am part of this business. I've learned so much about network marketing and Arbonne, and I am proud. And if you haven't seen a new online catalog, and I have been organized enough to print actually copy for myself, God, I am so proud of it. I looked through that online catalog. Well, no, this is a physical copy. And I am proud to go to that pages and through the story, Peter Mork's story, you know, I am proud to talk about Peter as well, and then his vision. And being proud is so important. And, you know, your fortune is in your faith. So having belief, being proud, and get the knowledge and mindset, you know, through the books. This is just foundation to get you going. So I know everything good to me. So that's me.
Yay! Oh my God, incredible. Thank you so much, Monica. And again, the chat's going crazy. Everybody loved your training from the heart. Amazing. I just loved it. I know you did the 30 days straight away. So she just did it straight away, and everyone was watching her, and that was massively as well why you went district, because you were the product straight away. So just wonderful. Fortune is in your faith. Love that. Love that. Love that. I've never heard of that before. So that is something big for me. So everybody, you know what? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's 9 o'clock. We're going to be now going over to Jane. She's doing our MVP call. Just one last thing. I want you to write this down. Law of attraction, what you focus on expands. Okay, law of attraction equals what you focus on expands. Write that down, put that on your computer, your mirror, all around your house. Law of attraction equals what you focus on expands. Wearing your Arbonne t-shirt as well at the same time, everywhere you go. Mwah! Lots of love, everybody. Good night, and I'll see you in a minute with Jade. Lots of love. Bye, everyone. And thank you, Monica. Thank you, Helen. Brilliant job. Bye, everyone.